Have you ever noticed how some people rarely post life updates? No announcements, no celebrations, no big news posts, yet somehow they're living full, meaningful lives. Here's the psychology behind people who rarely post their life updates and why it says far more about them than you might think. Most people assume silence means nothing is happening. Psychology says the opposite. Let's break it down. They don't rely on external validation to feel real. For many people, posting updates is a way to confirm their experiences mattered. A promotion feels official when it's liked. A relationship feels real when it's public. But people who rarely post have already processed the moment internally. Their brain doesn't need social confirmation to register meaning. Psychologically, this reflects high intrinsic motivation. Their reward system is internal, not social. They feel accomplished before anyone else knows. They're highly selective with emotional exposure. Posting life updates is emotional disclosure, and some people treat emotional access like a private room, not a public hallway. They instinctively know that once something is shared, it's no longer fully theirs. Psychology links this to strong emotional boundaries. They don't fear vulnerability, they just choose where it belongs. Silence isn't hiding, it's containment. They process experiences before narrating them. Many people post while something is happening. Others wait, sometimes forever. People who rarely post tend to reflect first. They replay moments privately. They analyze how it changed them. By the time they could post, the moment already feels complete. Psychologically, this is linked to deep cognitive processing. They live experiences instead of documenting them. They're less influenced by social comparison. Social media quietly trains the brain to measure life publicly. Who's ahead? Who's happier? Who's winning? People who don't post updates step outside that scoreboard. They're less likely to compare timelines, milestones, or lifestyles. Psychology shows that reduced social comparison is associated with higher emotional stability. They don't need their life to look impressive. It just needs to feel right. They associate privacy with safety. For some, visibility feels risky, not because they're insecure, but because they're self-aware. They understand that attention brings opinions, projections, and misunderstandings. Psychologically, this often forms from past experiences where oversharing led to disappointment. So the brain adapts. It learns, protect what matters by keeping it small. Quiet becomes a form of emotional self-defense. They separate identity from performance. Posting updates turns life into a highlight reel, a performance, a story curated for others. People who rarely post don't want their identity shaped by reaction. They don't want to feel pressured to keep up with a version of themselves they posted once. Psychology calls this self-concept clarity. They know who they are, with or without witnesses. They experience joy without urgency. Many people feel a rush to share good news immediately, as if happiness will disappear if it's not posted. People who stay quiet don't experience that urgency. They let moments breathe. They allow happiness to exist without being announced. Psychologically, this suggests emotional regulation and delayed gratification. Their joy isn't fragile. It doesn't need protection through visibility. They trust fewer people, but more deeply. Instead of broadcasting updates, they tell individuals, one conversation, one message, one real reaction. Psychology shows this pattern is common among people with high relational depth. They value intimacy over reach. Being understood by one person feels better than being acknowledged by hundreds. They don't confuse attention with connection. Likes feel like connection, but they're not the same. People who rarely post understand this difference intuitively. They know attention is passive, connection is active. So they invest their energy where feedback is real, where conversations go both ways, where silence is allowed. They're often more observant than expressive. While others post, They watch, they notice patterns, they read between lines, they understand how curated most updates really are. Psychologically, this aligns with high emotional intelligence. They sense that not everything meaningful needs an audience. Some things lose value when they're explained too early. Now here's the part most people miss. Rarely posting life updates doesn't mean someone is distant or unhappy or hiding. It often means they're grounded, self-contained, internally validated. They don't live louder lives, they live deeper ones. So if this video felt uncomfortably accurate, you're not antisocial, you're not boring, you're not behind. You just don't need your life to be a public announcement. And if you know someone like this, or you are this person, understand this. Some people don't post their life, they live it. If this made you think differently about yourself or others, you already know what to do. Stay curious, stay observant, and subscribe for more psychology that explains the things people rarely talk about.